Hello, today we're going to be sharing our emotions on the popular internet website youtube.com owned by Susan. I will be sharing my emotions about this video I have found quite interesting on the site called Minecraft: The Real Dangerous Cost of a Minecraft Chest Full of Diamonds.
I was playing Minecraft like I do, and then BAM! All of a sudden, the dumbest question popped into my head. How much money can you shove
60
into
million.
one stupid Minecraft chest? Is it a sensible question? Does it matter? Was I of sound mind and body when I asked this question? No!
A billion.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So, there it is. How much money can a single chest hold in Minecraft? The answer is surprisingly complex and delicious, and through the way to finding the answer, we're going to learn about carrots. Nope, not those. These bulk ore trading prices, and quite possibly break the entire world economy with just one
No, I'm done.
single chest. Then maybe we'll end up making a bomb too, but only time will tell. All right, so let's frame the question I'm asking first, because there is a boring way to ask this question and an exciting one. The boring one is how much of Minecraft's currency can you fit into one chest, which would more or less be going, okay, 64 emeralds times 27 slots, 1,728 emeralds, check and mate, episode done in a record 30 seconds. But nah, I want to know something slightly different. I want to know, using real world numbers, how much value can you shove into a single.
I could do that in like 5 minutes. 1, 2, okay. Times 64, 27. $864 billion.
Teleported into the world of Minecraft and told, okay, you can bring one chest back with you to the real world when you leave here. What would be the most efficient way to fill my life, to live without worry or care, but also maybe be able to make Jeff Bezos himself shiver in his boots in the shadow of my raw, fungible purchasing power? Okay, so we got the premise down? Good. A chest has 27 slots in it, which honestly doesn't change our math all that much, because all we really need to know is what is the most expensive stack of stuff I can make
diamond
in the game,
block.
and then you just put that in 27 times, and you're probably thinking, like I did, that there are two major candidates to consider: gold and diamond.
Yes.
And this may be the part where you're expecting some big twist, or actually you're wrong, but no, you're right. That's the right answer.
Okay.
These are the two most expensive things in Minecraft
I win.
that you can get, that we have a value for in the real world. I'm sure that technically magic scrolls that perform real actual magic would probably have a higher asking price, but
enchantment
I've been
tables.
unable to calculate the trade values of Featherfall boots, gold ingot. How do you even compare these two? Do pixel measurements and extrapolate that into 3D space and then run calculations? Well, no, thankfully. Thankfully, we can arrange both of these items into a 3x3 grid of 9 and produce one solid block of diamond and one block of solid gold, which is easier to compare, but is not by any means simple. So let's start with the easy one first. Gold. We're going to assume 24 karat gold here, which is just pure gold. The price of gold fluctuates quite a bit, but at time of writing, it was trading at about $57,600 per kilogram. At a density of 19,300 kilograms per cubic meter, this thing weighs 19,300 kilograms, and a single block of it, no joke, is worth $1.1 billion in the real world. We are already cooking with gas, you guys. This means that a single stack of 64 is worth over 71.2 billion bucks, and it would weigh over 1.2 million kilograms, or almost 3 million pounds. Woo! We already know Steve is strong enough to handle that, though, and thankfully, so that's some good news.
You would crash the stock by the best.
All right, so we've already blown Jeff out of the water, and what's that? Jeff Bezos is worth 193.3 billion US dollars? crap. Well, I mean, that's all tied up in properties and investments. That's not all liquid assets that he can just take out of his, what's that? His estimated liquidity is about 50% of his total net worth, which is over $95 billion. Are you kidding me?
I take that back. If there's like people rich like that and they're walking on the streets, I could walk on the street. But I'm not gonna have that on me. I'm gonna be Bill Gates' best friend. Me and Elon Musk, I'd fund his projects. I'd fund him. I'd be like, yeah, can you keep me safe?
Okay, well, I guess we have our work cut out for us then. Let's fluff up these rookie numbers and talk about diamonds. I'm going to be real with you up front. Diamonds blow gold out of the water when it comes to value. It's not even a contest. Sure, if you know anything about the history of diamonds and the De Beers Company, does that have any connection to Mike Ditka? You know, De Beers. No? My Chicagoan is showing? And this is the second cutaway gag in a minute. We should stop abusing them? Alrighty then. Anyway, yeah, there's a whole thing about the value of diamonds being mostly made up. But I'm not going to touch on that today because I don't have the time. Pretty much all money and value is made up anyway, and I don't actually care. But diamonds are still a big problem when it comes to estimating value because they don't work on this simple more diamonds means more money model like gold does. Gold and diamonds both use a word that sounds exactly the same. Carat and carrot. And as much as I wish I had a cool anecdote about how etymologically they're connected to some history as carrot the vegetable and they both were named off of some kind of archaic weight or quality system tied to root vegetables, they really are not related to each other at all. Carrot with a K and carrot with a C do derive from a similar background though, all of which pertains to weights and trade. A carat in gold denotes how much of the metal is actually gold itself. Gold is frequently cut with other metals to spread it out for quite a few reasons. One, gold is really, really expensive, so using less of it makes it go a lot further. But two, it's actually pretty darn soft, so putting more metal in there can really just toughen it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
24 karat means it's pretty much pure gold. Carat with a C, however, when talking about gemstones, is purely a unit of weight. A single carat is 200 milligrams of diamond and can cost between $1,800 and $12,000. This range is because weight isn't the only.
This is the last time I'm gonna pause it, I swear. But if I had a gold bar, I would throw it against the ground as hard as I can and see if it would move.
Factor in pricing a diamond. Quality matters a heck of a lot. But what's more, size also matters. The price per carat isn't linear. The bigger the diamond is, the more it costs per carat. Like right now, I could go buy 50 carats of diamond powder for $50 if I wanted to. The size matched with the quality matters a lot. And it's not just the raw volume or weight. Here's a chart of diamond costs per carat depending upon how big the individual diamonds are. It varies a lot. So why is this important to keep in mind? Well, because if you arrange 9 diamonds into a single square, you get a single solid block of diamond in Minecraft that fills up an entire cubic.
My question is, who would buy that? Like, I know rich people, but like, you could sell it to company. Ooh.
Meter of space. It's humongous.
Who would buy that?
It's astronomical. It's off the scale. Given that diamonds weigh approximately 3,500 kilos per cubic meter, this 3.5-ton diamond is not a 10, not a 20, not a 30 carat. No, it's enormous. It's bigger than the single biggest diamond ever mined. The Cullinan diamond, which was 3,106 carats. This monster, this block of diamond is 17.5 million carats. Try putting that on a wedding ring and wearing it around. Like, how on earth do we even begin to value what is effectively orders of magnitude bigger than the biggest diamond we've ever mined? Well, we do our best is what we do. Modern gemstone experts value this diamond much more highly than it was in the past. Why? Well, lots of reasons. We have, for one, a better understanding for just how rare this diamond was, and secondly, well, diamonds have a higher market value than they did in the early 20th century. Beers. Modern estimates put it at $2 billion US as opposed to the 25-ish million it was sold for in 1905, adjusted for deflation.
That's still a lot.
Brings our dollars per carat to $643,759.56. We know that the value of diamond per carat increases multiplicatively as they get larger, but this is literally the best we can do. Almost $650,000 per carat puts this 17.5 million carat monster at a value of $11.2 trillion. How much money is that? Well, it's over 1/3 of the entire United States national debt and over a quarter of the total estimated U.S. currency in circulation.
What?
In the world. Eat that, Bezos! This also means that one single diamond block is worth over 158 times more than an entire stack of gold blocks. So, what is a stack of these things worth then? $721 trillion, which is over half all the estimated money that exists that belongs to United States citizens. That includes houses, cars, investments, derivatives, Dogecoins, the whole kit and caboodle, which is estimated to be about 1.3 quadrillion. If I'm being honest, a single block of this diamond is itself enough to topple an entire country's economy. A stack of this stuff, it's enough to fund your own massive country entirely. But what about a chest?
Okay, at this point, I can't pause. At this point, I would feel too guilty to bring more than one diamond block home.
19.5 quadrillion buckaroos. You could buy over 130 trillion cups of the super venti flat white drink at Starbucks, something that William E. Lewis Jr. invented at the local Starbucks in Washington, D.C., clocking in at just shy of $149. All right, so the next question I had was how much mining would I have to do to get this many diamonds? Well, presuming you don't have a fortune enchanted pickaxe, this math is actually pretty simple. There's an average of 3.7 diamonds per chunk in Minecraft, and a chunk is 16 by 16 blocks from the bottom of the map to the top of the map.
Yep.
To make a single block of diamond, you would have to complete...
Well, there's where diamonds spawn, because diamonds don't spawn 20 blocks down.
Completely mine 2.43 chunks to get enough diamonds. To get a single stack, you're looking at 155 chunks. For a full chest of diamond blocks, you would have to mine 4,203 chunks. That is a pretty substantial amount of space. That is 1 million square meters, or over 265 acres of land that you would have to completely mine to get enough diamonds. It would be 137 meters from one side to the other. That is surprisingly doable, I think, actually. I mean, it would take you hours, days, weeks to do it, but it's totally feasible. It's feasible enough to build a single minecart track from one end to the next. I was gonna make a single track that went all the way around the entire perimeter of the space you'd have to mine, but after doing just one side, which alone took me a few hours, I was done. A single length of the region takes over 2 minutes to travel. The entire perimeter would have been 4 kilometers from beginning to end, would have taken 8 minutes to make a single lap, and taken me 5 hours to make. No thank you! Then, out of curiosity, I figured I'd take a look at how much value you could extract from this 265-acre strip mine, since you gotta pick through it all anyway, and there's a surprise upset in this list, to be entirely honest with you. With 17.5 gold ores per chunk, this region holds $3.8 trillion of gold. Iron, 122 per chunk, gets you 563 million if you smelt it.
That's still good. I'd bring a few gold blocks and a lot of iron. What about emeralds? Didn't touch on emeralds. I'm disappointed.
All the lapis lazuli you'll dig up is worth, get this, $1.9 billion, even in its raw form. There's $28.5 million of fossil fuels buried there as coal, but this is my favorite one. If you mined every single rock block up and sold it as gravel, it would be the third biggest profitable raw material in the area at $2.5 billion. Amazing.
What?
Can I just stop for a second and throw a huge shout out to my Patreon patron Delphinius, who found out that I had accidentally multiplied 9 by 3.7 instead of dividing 9 by 3.7, which threw off my acreage measurements massively. Literally saved this entire section of the video. We gotta give out a clap and a half for Delphinius, and a negative clap and a half for me for making such a silly mistake. Of course, all of this pales to the $19.5 quadrillion of the diamonds, which might be more money than exists in the entire world. It's actually pretty hard to say for sure. It might really be
400 million, I'm happy. 500 million, you beat the one of the third richest person in the world. Genghis Khan, he had like 300 trillion.
an entire
How did he not crash the stock market? Well, he probably was like wise.
world economy in one chest. So, no, I'm not trucking 11.8 thousand chests.
That would solve like world hunger. Oh, that's a good point. I could solve
Full
world
of rock
hunger.
for gravel home to sell. I'm not even going to take the 2 chests of gold blocks. Not that I'd be able to carry it anyway. I'm taking my 1 chest crammed with an impossible amount of diamonds in it to bring back to our universe to supplant everyone as ruler of the world! But,
Okay.
if I take this
Oh.
chest home, suddenly it becomes beholden to the real world, which means it becomes beholden to our laws of physics, which means I suddenly
Oh, yeah.
have a 1 meter cube filled with 6 million kilograms of pure diamond per cubic meter, which is over 40 times the density of the sun contained in a wooden box. Yeah, this thing is going to explode immediately. The instant it entered our reality, it wouldn't be bad for me. I mean, I'll be vaporized instantly. My neighbors would probably be all right too. I mean, they would be dead, but it's going to happen so fast they wouldn't even feel it. Conservatively, this thing is going to erupt into a burning ball of molten carbon, blazing hot at over 129 kilotons worth of TNT of explosive power. This burning ball of plasma would grow to the size of several city blocks in a fraction of a second, evaporating everything around it. Everyone within a kilometer of the blast is dead from the blast damage, and buildings over a mile away are going to get knocked down. The superheated collision of particles is going to release radiation and heat as they fuse and fizz, likely causing some degree of radiation burns even several miles away to people who were unlucky enough to be outside. And windows 6 kilometers away, almost 4 miles, are going to break in 2 pieces! All because I wanted to be wealthy by taking my video game riches into the real world. You know what? It was totally worth it. Sincerely, Austin. Wow, what a classic big number.
Okay, maybe like just hold 1 diamond block off your pockets full of like a few diamonds, then make like more pockets and more pockets. Just be pockets. The first video I filmed, which I'm not gonna upload, was so boring, but that's it. I don't know. Goodbye, bye, end of video, please.